A fantasy draft is the great equalizer in Madden 23 franchise. So today, we're going to be taking the Cleveland Browns, who have a very good roster on paper, but for some reason or another always underperform. And we're going to see if we can save this team that seems to be genuinely cursed. But super quick, the channel has been growing absurdly quick lately, like literally doubled in the last month, so thank you all for that. So if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one, let's see if we can get to 7,500 subscribers, and then once we hit that goal, I'm gonna have a very special video planned for 7,500 subs. I'm gonna have a lot of special rebuilds planned in the very near future that I think y'all will really enjoy, because it will definitely be testing my ability, we'll say that. And of course, if you like rebuilds, you're in the right place. You might as well subscribe anyways, because rebuilds are literally all I do. And if y'all want another one of these fantasy draft rebuilds, let's see if we can get to 900 likes. And if we can hit that, I'll do another one of these. It helps me know y'all are still enjoying these, and it helps push these videos to more people. So I would very much appreciate it. It takes you like 2 seconds. You're a goat if you do it. And I'm sorry for plugging so much, but very last thing, just let me know what team y'all want me to do next, because I pull all my video ideas from the comments pretty much. But for this fantasy draft, I think I'm gonna use the same strategy I used in the last one, because that team was absolutely disgusting in a good way. So without further ado, let's get into the fantasy draft and let's try to save the Cleveland Browns. Devontae Adams to the Bengals, that seems incredibly cursed. I don't know why. Why does that seem so weird to me? I mean, obviously every player on a new team is kind of weird, but that one seems really weird. But we have the 26th overall pick, so unfortunately, unless I want to go with 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if the plan I was gonna go with would work out the best. But with the first pick, taking potentially the greatest defensive player ever definitely isn't a bad choice. Should be here for the whole rebuild. Aaron Donald. I hate him as a Seahawks fan, but he's a really good player, so let's take him. And with the second pick, let's take one of the best young pass rushers in the NFL. We're really gonna shore up this defensive line with the first 2 picks. So Rashawn Gary, 89 overall at only 24 years old with superstar dev. This should be an amazing pass rush for years to come. And we are really filling the trenches out here. Let's go with an actual Cleveland Brown in Joel Bitonio, maybe the best guard in the NFL, at least top 3 probably. Let's take him. And somehow DeAndre Hopkins is still here. That's kind of a no-brainer. I try to stay away from players I take a lot, but that's just too good of value to pass up. So DeAndre Hopkins is now a Cleveland Brown. And let's go with a division rival from the fellow Orange Ohio team in Joe Mixon, because the run game in Madden is very important. And here we're going to take one of the best young safeties in the NFL. I'm a little surprised he's still here, because he is only 24 with a good dev trade at an 87 overall, but Antoine Winfield Jr., definitely good value. And this might be a weird pick, but we're going to go with a potential breakout player this year in Jerry Jeudy. I loved him coming out of Alabama, but drops have been kind of an issue for him. But at only 23 years old here, he should theoretically develop into a good player for us. And finally, in the 17th round, I think we're gonna take a quarterback. Now the question is, which one? We have a lot of fun players to pick from. Anthony Richardson would be fun, but I don't know if it's realistic that he's lasted this far, so I might stay away from him. But Sam Howell, Jordan Love, Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral, Bailey Zappi. We could have a Kellen Mond moment if I want to do that. Malik Willis. You know, I don't think we've ever done one with Sam Howell. I mean, he's projected to be the starter for the Commanders this year, which I'm cool with. Most people don't like him, even though he was legitimately pretty good for the Commanders when he came in last year. And you know, I thought he was like a borderline first round talent. They got him in like the 5th round. So if you can steal a good prospect in the 5th round and they actually turn into a good player, that could be franchise changing, especially at the quarterback position. Unfortunately, they're not going to get the chance for that to happen here, as we're going to take Sam Howell. And guess what? If he doesn't work out, we can just draft a quarterback. Should I take Isaiah Rodgers? That would be kind of funny. I won't though. But I'm going to take the rest of these picks and let's see how this team can come out. Okay, low key, this is like the lowest overall team I've ever drafted. However, this defense is really nice. And the reason it's a low overall is because we have young players like Will Anderson, Antoine Winfield, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Johnson. Rashawn Gary is still only 24. Jerry Jeudy, Traylon Burks, Sam Howell, obviously. The right side of our line from center on is, I think, 23 and younger. Like, sure, this team isn't a great overall, but it's still good. And it's a very, very young team that throughout the years and even in year one should develop a lot. I didn't get as many Browns players as I wanted to. In fact, I think I only got one in Joel Bitonio, but it is what it is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Also, I low-key hate the new picture for Evan Ingram. I forgot he like shaved his head. He looks a little scary. I don't know how to describe it, but he almost looks like Pinocchio or something. I don't know. I'm mean. I'm sorry. But I mean, obviously we drafted Aaron Donald. I went with the usual Charvarius Ward and Bobby Wagner picks because they're always there way later than they should be. So overall, I'm really excited to see how this team can do. But with that, let's get into actually fixing the team. Let's get into the rebuild and let's get to the midseason point of year number 1. All right, well, this might be the best start to year 1 I've ever had. We are 7-0 at the midseason point of year 1. Sam Howell's doing really well so far. Doesn't have a great completion percentage, but everything else is great. Joe Mixon's good. D-Hop is doing really well. Ooh, the offensive line is horrible, but most of the team is doing very well at least. Only 2. How is this team 7-0? We only have 2 total interceptions on defense, and that was a lot of sacks allowed. I'm really surprised we're 7-0. I'm not looking at that backwards, right? We're not 0-7. No. Well, I mean, the stats don't look good, but I'll take a really good record. But we have some re-signings here. Ooh, okay. Joel Bitonio, Antoine Winfield, Cam Robinson. It's not too bad, actually. That's only 3 starters. Joel Bitonio, we will offer him, I guess we can go 3 years, 48 mil. He takes it. Antoine Winfield, let's offer him this 5 years, 73.5 mil. He takes it. And Cam Robinson isn't great so far. I mean, I kind of doubt he even reaches like an 80 overall by the end of the rebuild, so we could look to upgrade there for sure. So not too much going on in terms of re-signings, but with that, let's get to the end of year 1 and let's see how this team can finish. All right, well, y'all know why we're here. I know I just plugged, but gotta build suspense for our record this season. If you haven't already, again, 900 likes and maybe 7K. What did I set the goal to? My voice just cracked. Am I getting sick? It's done that twice today. I think I set it to 7,500, so be sure to subscribe if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one. We've literally doubled channel size in the last month, so thank you all for that. Welcome to all the new people. So again, if you want to be an OG, just be sure to subscribe, because all I do is rebuilds. And if you like rebuilds, you're in the right place. And let me know what team to do, either regular I can't think of the word, realistic rebuild, or fantasy rebuild. But at the end of year 1, I had to think for a second if it was the end or still the midseason, but it's the end. Sam Howell is up to a 73 already, up to a 76 with morale. Jeudy up to an 84 with morale. The defense in general is just looking very good. But in year number 1, we finished 15-2. I still have never had a fully undefeated season, I don't think. We've gone 16-1 twice recently and lost the first game of the year and the last game of the year in separate years, obviously. So if we just did better either the first or the last game, we would have been undefeated. And we won the Super Bowl in both of those years, I'm pretty sure, so we would have been fully undefeated. But Madden just hates me. We all know that. Let's check out some of the season stats. Sam Howell with 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, only 7 picks. Very good year. Still a rookie here, so maybe he can win Offensive Rookie of the Year, even though he's not a rookie anymore. You just can't change that for whatever reason. 1,500 yards for Joe Mixon, 17 touchdowns. Really good year for him. D-Hop with 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Jeudy almost 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Evan Ingram was good too. The offensive line was absolutely horrific. Even Joel Bitonio wasn't that good. Osiris Torrance was good, but I mean, Cam Robinson, it's taken me like 3 days to record this rebuild. He got suspended for the first 4 games, or was it 4? I think it was 4 for PEDs or whatever. So that's unfortunate, I guess. Hopefully the line can play better next year though. We'll see. I might replace Cam Robinson Robinson because he did get suspended, even though it's only 4 games. I don't know. At least Abe Lucas and John Michael Schmitz are still younger so they can develop. Cam Robinson's going to be 27 next year, and once you're 27, it's pretty much a death sentence in this game. Not really, but like, you know what I mean. Bobby Wagner led the team with 132 tackles for loss, 21 from Aaron Donald. Good amount overall in sacks, also 21 from Aaron Donald. What are you, fucking Drake? You're obsessed with 21. Rashawn Gary with 9, Will Anderson with 8, and then literally nothing outside of that. And then interceptions, 4 for TJ Edwards. He was really good, over 100 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 4 pick, and then 2 interceptions for Ward, Stokes, and Peterson, and then 1 for a couple players. Let's check out these yearly awards though. Oh god, that's a top 3. Dak Prescott wins MVP on the Raiders. Jacoby Brissett on the Bears at number 2. I didn't know it was possible for a Bears QB to do well. I thought their scheme was just awful. Trevor Lawrence on the Commanders at 3. Sam Howell was up there at number 7. We'll take that. Carson Wentz back on the Colts. They didn't learn from the first time. I mean, he did well here though, to be fair. What team are we? We're the Browns. So offensive player of the year goes to Antonio Gibson on the Bills. The Commanders have been saying they'll use Antonio Gibson like Christian McCaffrey for like 2 years now. If they did that, he could be a really dangerous player because, I mean, he's one of the better, I guess, receiving backs in the NFL if they want to use him there. I won't say he is because they don't use him like it, but if they wanted to use him there, he could be. Could be almost like an Austin Eckler type, but also he's just not a very good runner, so I don't know. Joe Mixon up there at number 4, we'll take that. No other Browns. Defensive player of the year does go to Aaron Donald. That's not super surprising, although sometimes players do get like 40 sacks, literally almost 40, like 30. I think the highest I've ever seen is 34, which is disgusting. No other Browns up here. Chenna Nwosu back on the Chargers. That's interesting. These are kind of some fun teams. Fred Warner on the Chargers, Khalil Mack on the Steelers, Micah Parsons on the Broncos, pulling a DeMarcus Ware, I guess, or a Randy Gregory. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Sam Howell. Kenneth Walker on the Jets. That's cursed. Brock Purdy on the Dolphins. Okay. I mean, he is a former 49ers, so I guess the Dolphins would be very interested. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Sauce Gardner on the Patriots. Also not a rookie. Will Anderson is technically Defensive Rookie of the Year, but because there are 3 non-rookies still counted as rookies, he doesn't win it. But I guess that's what won Howell Rookie of the Year, so we'll take it. I won't complain there. But of course, we have a first round bye. We're not going to jump in and watch these games simulate yet, because it is only year 1. But who are we going to be taking on in the divisional? Ooh, the 10-7 Las Vegas Raiders, led by MVP Dak Prescott. They also have Jalen Waddle. This is a fun franchise. I like the things that have happened here. They also have Tyler Lockett. Yo, that's kind of a sick receiving core. And Jordan Addison and Tyquan Thornton. That's a fast fucking receiving core. Oh my god. Greg Rousseau too, and Chase Young. This is gonna be a dangerous team in the future. They have some young, really good players. Darrisaw, Javonte Williams, Byron Murphy, Dax Hill, Tyler Smith. This is gonna be a good team. This might be the team that's gonna give us the most problems in the future. But we have some upgrades before we go in. Osiris Torrance, we'll take that. Or I guess we're not jumping in, we're just gonna simulate it. And then we have a first of many. Always gotta play it cool, you know me. But let's just simulate this game out against the Raiders. If we win, cool. If we don't, there's still 2 more years, so we're fine. Let's see if we can move on to the conference championship though. The Bengals were 4-13, what happened? But we do get a win, 45-34 over the Raiders. More upgrades here. TJ Edwards, that's pretty big actually. We'll take that. He didn't get an upgrade throughout the year somehow, even though he had 4 pick, over 100 tackles, but fair enough. Maybe he'll get a dev trait. But this game is probably going to be harder. It's going to be the 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs. I guess I'm just checking team rosters now. Ooh, this is a scary one too. Jeffrey Simmons, Marlon Humphrey, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, John Franklin Myers, Dre Greenlaw. They got Joe Tooney. This is a good team too. This one might almost be better. Their receiving core isn't as scary. They got Mecole Hardman back. This team isn't like as scary for the future, but it is really good right now, and it might be really good in the future. Could be even better. Probably will be because it is the Chiefs, and Madden likes to suck them off. I mean, for good reason, to be fair, but still. But give us those sweet and juicy staff points. Thank you. Dog, I had a dream that I was like recording this video last night. I don't know why. That's never happened to me. And in that dream, like, I recorded a super long clip, and my thing does this glitch where the screen will freeze sometimes, and it did that on the whole clip, and now I'm like paranoid. I keep looking over like it's not frozen, right? But either way, let's just simulate this game out, and let's see if we can somehow move on to the Super Bowl in year 1? Probably not though, because it is the Chiefs. And we do lose 21-14, unfortunately. It's gonna be a Chiefs-Saints Super Bowl. That's kind of cursed. I've never clicked on these fucking Pro Bowl Media Day things before. What do they do? What do you do? Coach elite talent, I guess. I don't know. Cool, staff points. Gotta love those staff points that I've literally never spent in my entire life. I'd have auto upgrade on. Ooh, but we have 2 upgrades for Sam Howell here. We'll be up to a 75 overall, 78 with morale after his rookie year, so we will definitely take that. But the Chiefs do win the Super Bowl, so they get back-to-back, one in real life and then one after this whole chaotic fantasy draft. It would be low-key kind of fun if there was a fantasy draft in real life, but obviously it wouldn't be a good idea because it just wouldn't be. Like, everyone's favorite player would be on a new team. Maybe some players wouldn't want to play for the teams they got drafted to. The contract situation would be weird. It would be a whole weird thing. But guess what? This is Madden, so, you know, not to break the fourth wall, but it's not quite real life. I do like doing it though. It is fun. But for re-signings, there are a lot. We have 105 mil to work with, but honestly, I mean, it's just a lot of depth here. Cam Robinson was really bad. I guess I'll try to re-sign the kicker and punter. 5 years, 21 mil. Cool. 5 years, 26 mil. Cool. Pat Ricard, do you want to come back? 2 years, 12 mil. Cool. And that's really all we need to do here because none of these depth players are really even interested or good. So with that, let's get into free agency and let's see if there are any ways we can upgrade this team. Ooh, we could get an actual Browns guard and Wyatt Teller. I mean, he's not interested, but that would be fun. Chase Young is here. Okay, well, apparently the Raiders just couldn't afford him or didn't want him. I don't know. Is there anything that really helps us here though? There isn't really a good tackle at all. And that's really our only like major need right now. We could go for Kendall Fuller. Wasn't he a Chief for like a year in real life and then he went back to the Commanders? It might have been more than 1 year. It might have been like 2, but still. Yeah, it was like 2 years and now he's back on the Commanders. We are tied for the lead for him. We'll see if we can get him. I kind of doubt we will, but we will try our best. Is there anything else we need that I'm just like straight up overlooking? Probably. We could maybe use a defensive tackle, but maybe like that isn't a crazy big need. I did see Ed Oliver there and he was interested and he's not that expensive. All right, well, we're tied for the lead for him. Let's see if we can get either of these players, Kendall Fuller or Ed Oliver. Let's see if they sign. They both sign. My guess is we get one, but we don't get both. Let's see. We get none. Okay, well, fuck you too then. All right, well, after striking out in free agency, let's see what we can do in the draft. Those are some weird teams with the top few pick. The Vikings, Bengals, and Titans. I always see the Titans win the Super Bowl in these for whatever reason. We do usually see the Lions and Dolphins up here. The Lions are up here twice because for some reason the fantasy draft doesn't reset the draft pick, even though it probably should because, I mean, the trades they made to get the players that were on the roster, those players aren't going to be on the roster anymore, so it should probably reset the picks, but EA moment, I guess. But let's simulate to our pick. We don't pick until 30. I had to trade to get this pick back from the Texans because A, it's still a year behind. This is from the Deshaun Watson trade. And B, again, it should reset the draft pick. But what do I want to do with this first pick? I think I know. I don't know what, ooh, 25 reps. No thanks. I think I know the position. I don't know the player though. Ooh, 24 and 23. Wow, we're getting worse. This guy is better, but still not that strong. Probably the best though. Are you better? Randy Bishop? Ooh, Randy Bishop might be better. He might be the pick. We'll see. Okay, we might go Randy Bishop with our first pick to hopefully be our left tackle of the future. I almost said future. I'm tired. He's probably gonna suck as a rookie, and I'm accepting that, but hopefully he can develop and get better throughout the future. He's 6'6", 311, 21 years old, left-handed just like me for real, out of San Diego State, good combine, fast for a lineman, good overall ratings, A pass block, A impact block, potentially A pass block finesse, maybe, but it's also weird because, ooh, wait, maybe he's not that, or wait, no, he's a pass blocker. Okay, never mind. So he's gonna have probably A pass block finesse, B or pass block power, but I think his run block is gonna be really bad. But he looks better than the other tackles. He'll probably be like a 71, 72 overall. Let's take him. Normal dev. God damn it. You hate to see it. We could take another swing at a tackle, Nick Archibald, but he is so weak. He has good ratings, but his strength is just so bad. With this next pick, I might go with a defensive tackle, maybe, but do we really need one? I don't know if we're gonna get one that'll even even start at all throughout the rebuild. Dave Goddard might be pretty good. He has B zone coverage, B press, A awareness. He's not that fast, but he's not like super slow. We do need an eventual replacement to Patrick Peterson. This guy's probably gonna have normal dev, but he's 5'10", 197, 22 years old, out of Auburn. He's a bad injury player, so that probably means normal dev, but we'll see. Let's take him. And he does actually have hidden, so all I need to do is say that a player's gonna have normal and they'll have hidden. Okay, got it. But he looks like a good player. We'll see. Why are there so many pass protecting tackles in this class? And why do they all have like low 20s rep? I hate it. They're all so bad. I wish you could like sort by like highest bench press or something, because I don't want to have to look through every player to find the good ones. Although George Waters might be pretty good. 34 rep, only 21 years old. He's not a scheme fit, but has good ratings. Pretty good ratings. His finesse is bad, but it's what you would expect from a power guard. All right, this will be the last pick we're going to take, and then we'll just simulate it out. George Waters, he's 6'4", 336, 21 years old, out of Notre Dame. Let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately. A deadly 47 change of direction, 56 jumping. Okay. Not very elusive, believe it or not, but could be a good overall. We'll see. I lied and I picked a receiver. That guy actually looks pretty good. He had hidden dev. Okay, now we'll simulate the rest of the draft out, and let's see how the CPU can do. All right, so here's a recap of the draft. Randy Bishop is a little better than I thought he would be, I guess. A little better. He's a 73. I thought he would be a 72-ish, so we'll take it. Good pass blocker, obviously, but really bad run blocker. Well, his pure run block rating isn't that bad at a 71. It's a 69 right now, thanks to -2 morale. Nice, but he's okay. We'll probably upgrade over him because he's probably going to be really bad this year, but we'll find out. Dave Goddard is really good, though. 75 overall, hidden dev. His man coverage is really bad, but his zone is really good. Good press, good speed, good excel. I mean, I've drafted players that ran like a 4.36 or something that have like 91 speed. This guy ran almost a 4.5 and has 92. Like, I don't understand that, but we'll take it. George Waters is terrible, but Alan Crossan's pretty good, the receiver I was talking about. 70 overall, hidden dev. Really good speed, excel, good catching. His deep route isn't as good as I thought it would be, but he does have good short route, so he's a more balanced deep threat, pretty much. He's not just a pure deep threat. He can do other stuff. And then the CPU did pretty well. They took back-to-back pass rushing outside linebackers. I moved them down to defensive end, and they both went up 2 overall each. DJ Smith is a 70 overall, so that's definitely good depth. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words. Maybe I shouldn't record like right after I wake up, but I do. Steven Robinson's a 68. That's not a bad pick. Wish he was one higher, though. And then there's some bad players, bad secondary players picked later. So good draft. I'll take it. Could have been worse. Could have been better, but definitely could have been worse. So with that, let's get into year number 2. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously, not many changes here on offense, just Randy Bishop instead of Cam Robinson. Isn't there someone in real life named Randy Bishop, or am I crazy? I feel like that's a real name. It's an artist. Okay, that's not what I was thinking of. But either way, the team is looking very good. We have Sam Howell up to a star dev now, Joe Mixon up to superstar now, after winning, no, he didn't win Offensive Player of the Year, but he had a good year. And then on defense, TJ Edwards did go up to star. That's what I was hoping for. You know, I always get Patrick Ricard in rebuilds just because it's kind of fun, because you can play him at fullback and defensive tackle. We'll just keep starting Andrew Billings, though. He's a higher overall. We're going to start Goddard at corner, though. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully he can have a good rookie year, but other than that, the defense is just pretty much the same. So with that, hopefully, you know, the team can develop more throughout the year. We'll see, but let's get to the midseason point of year 2, and let's see how this team can do. All right, well, at the midseason point of year number 2, we are chilling at 5-2. Not quite as good this year, but still a really good team, so we'll take it. We actually have a tandem breakout here. I never hit these. I sometimes hit the like regular breakouts, but I think I've hit maybe one of the tandem breakouts ever. We'll go praise for Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy looks weird in a Browns jersey, but 2,500 XP for D-Hop, 150 plus receiving yards for Jerry Jeudy. I don't know about that, but fair enough. Maybe. But let's check out who we have to re-sign. Ooh, Rashawn Gary, and he's not interested. And Will Anderson, and he's not interested. Okay, this team is gonna get expensive real fast. We'll offer Will Anderson 5 years. We can honestly go 6 years, 119 mil. He takes it. Okay, cool. And Rashawn Gary, 5 years, 147 mil. Damn. And he's not interested. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get him back. I do want Bobby Wagner back, but he's gonna regress, so I'll just re-sign him after he regresses. If Evan Ingram was interested, then I would probably re-sign him, but he's not, so we can maybe upgrade there. Traylon Burks is interested. We'll offer him 3 years, 24.6 mil, and he doesn't take it. Okay, well, we'll probably replace him then. I do want Osiris Torrance back. We'll get him back later. We can't re-sign him yet. So definitely some tough re-signings here, but we'll worry about the rest of those at the end of the year. So with that, let's get to the end of the year and let's see how this team can finish. All right, well, once again, here we are building suspense at the end of year number 2. Again, if you haven't already, 900 likes, be sure to like it. Really helps out a ton. It helps push these videos to more people that might enjoy them. So I very, very, very much appreciate it. And again, be sure to subscribe. It'll make you an OG. Plus, if you like rebuilds, it'll just recommend more of my rebuilds to you, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any of them. And I'm gonna have some banger videos out soon, assuming we do hit 500 likes on the last video, which we are very close, so I think we will. Once we get 500 likes on that video, I'll have a special one. Once we hit 7,500 subs, I'll have a very special one with rosters that I've been working on for a while. It is taking me a long ass time, but they're gonna be 2 banger videos. I think y'all will enjoy both of them. And I have another one planned that may or may not happen. I don't want to like hint at it, but it would be also very much a lot of work, so we'll see how that goes. But this is how the team's looking at the end of year number 2. We have Sam Howell up to an 80 overall with morale, 78 pure overall, looking really good. His awareness is not upgrading. I guess Scrambler just doesn't upgrade awareness, which fair enough, I guess. I don't know. And then on defense, I did see something at the midseason when I was upgrading players. Goddard, the corner we drafted, Dave Goddard, has superstar dev, so we will definitely take that. I've been spending slot upgrades, so we've gotten him up to 71 man coverage. That was definitely a really good pick. Team's up to an 85, which it almost feels like it should be a higher overall than that. I feel like the team's better than that, but fair enough. But in year number 2, we finished 11-6, of course making the playoffs once again, and we're going to be taking on the Raiders, this time in the wild card once again. Let's check out the season stats though. I see the Texans at 13-4. Sam Howell was good this year. Not as good though. 4,600 yards, 33 touchdowns. 33 touchdowns is good in real life, but let's see where that ranks here. A rookie for the Vikings had 50 passing touchdowns. All right, Madden. It's tied for 15th, so it's not great. I mean, I guess we'll take it, but this would be a good year in real life again, but it's not that good here, especially because of the interceptions. It is what it is though. Almost not even 1,200 yards for Joe Mixon, 13 touchdowns. Year 2 is usually hard in rebuilds though, so I'm just glad we at least made the playoffs. 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns for DeAndre Hopkins, 1,100 yards for Jerry Jeudy. Blocking, yeah, Bishop wasn't great at tackle, but he was definitely better than Cam Robinson, and he should get better theoretically throughout the rebuild. Abe Lucas was a little better, still not very good though. John Michael Schmitz was better, still not good though. Torrance we need to re-sign, and Joel Bitonio was really good. Bobby Wagner again led the team in tackles, 134 this time. Tackles for loss, 20 for Aaron Donald, led the team, 18 for Will Anderson, 14 for Gary. In sacks, very well spread out, 13.5 for Aaron Donald, 12.5 for Will Anderson, and Rashawn Gary will take it. And then interceptions, 5 for Eric Stokes led the team. Doesn't look like he even played that many. Well, he did. Over 1,000 snaps. Just his tackles were really low, but fair enough. He's a corner. 4 interceptions for TJ Edwards again. He's been really good. This time 3 sacks. CJ Gardner-Johnson with 3 interceptions, 2 for Wagner, and then 1 for Goddard and Antoine Winfield. MVP goes to CJ Stroud on the Eagles, Russell Wilson on the Packers at number 2. This is a weird rebuild, dude. Taylor Heineke on the Giants up there. How is he starting at a 68 overall? What the fuck is happening, dude? Josh Jacobs on the Steelers wins Offensive Player of the Year. D-Hop at number 2. Wish he could have won that, but it is what it is. No other Browns. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Deion Jones on the Chiefs. What is it, 2017? Deion Jones fell off a cliff for some reason. Aaron Donald at number 2, so we get cucked on both awards. Wait, how does a linebacker win Defensive Player of the Year? Did he have like 150 tackles and like 7 picks or something? We'll check. Will Anderson at number 9. No Rashawn Gary, surprisingly. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Richard Nixon. It goes to Rashard Dixon of the Dolphins. Okay. I feel like I've said Richard Nixon in back-to-back rebuilds. I think there was also another player with a similar name that I read as why is Richard Nixon on my mind? What the fuck? Alan Crossan at number 5. I didn't know he even played, but fair enough. Matthias Vega of the Texans wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, the 13-4 Texans, might I add. I don't know if they've ever been that good in their history. I just dropped my controller. Goddard at number 4, and no other Browns up there. So this was a little bit of a disappointing year, I'm not gonna lie. Sam Howell wasn't all that good, but it is what it is. I think we're just gonna simulate this game out because, again, I don't know if we have a shot at a Super Bowl this year anyways. We'll jump into games and watch them simulate in year number 3, but let's simulate this game against the Raiders, and let's see if we can get a win. And we get destroyed. I'm glad I didn't have to jump in and watch that. We lose 49-24, so this was just not our year. We have an upgrade for TJ Edwards at least. I guess that makes it a little better, but still. So with that, let's get into the offseason, and let's hopefully actually upgrade this team heading into the final year. What the fuck is that Super Bowl? The Packers, led by Russell Wilson, beat the Jaguars 38-8. Good lord. So Russell Wilson now wins another Super Bowl by 30+ points. Interesting. But in terms of re-signings, I definitely want Rashawn Gary back. It might be tough though. We'll up it a little bit. We'll go 6 years though, 179 mil, and he does not take it. So I think we're just gonna tag him. It's 20 mil. That's honestly probably cheaper than his normal contract would be. Bobby Wagner will re-sign 1 year, 7.8 mil, assuming he takes this, and he does. Okay, cool. And is there anybody? Oh yeah, we need Osiris Torrance back. Ooh, it's gonna be tough to get him back. We'll offer him 5 years, 46.5 mil. He takes it. Okay, cool. He's been maybe our best lineman so far, so it's important we get him back. Again, everyone else here is just kind of depth players. We can upgrade over Treylon Burks, probably. Same with Evan Ingram. If he was interested, then sure, but eh. But we will tag Rashawn Gary, and with that, let's see what we can do with this team in free agency. Our offense really wasn't that good though. 18th in points per game. That should have been better, maybe. Unfortunately for us, there's like nobody good here in free agency. The best receiver is pretty much Treylon Burke. The best tight end is Evan Ingram. Tough scenes, I guess. Yeah, there really just isn't anybody good here in free agency. These are the 2 players we're gonna go for though. Honestly, I'm just gonna up. You know what? No, we're gonna go for some good players. We're gonna do this because we have money. We might as well spend it somewhere, or we're not gonna spend it at all. So we're going very player friendly and some for these 3 players, even though they're not interested. I mean, we could honestly do more, even maybe. Like, let's try to bring in, I guess we'll try to bring back Evan Ingram just because we have the money. We are overpaying like crazy, but I mean, we might as well. We won't have anything else to spend this money on throughout the rebuild. So again, we might as well. So these are going to be the players we're going for. There's no guarantee that we really get anybody here. I think we'll get Isaiah Simmons and Treylon Burks, and then one of either Darius Slay, Miles Jack, or Evan Ingram, but we'll see. So those are the 5 players we're going to go for. Would be all big upgrades to the team. Let's see if we can get any of them. They all sign except Ingram, even though he had 3 full interest offers, but fair enough. So we get Isaiah Simmons and we get Treylon Burks. No Miles Jack and no Darius Slay, but it is what it is. And we probably won't get Evan Ingram if I had to guess. No. So players just do not want to sign with us in this rebuild. It's unfortunate, but there's not much we can do about that. So nothing else I can say except it is what it is. All right, so here in the draft, we have the 22nd overall pick, and we really do need a tight end. I mean, we have Jake Ferguson at tight end, which isn't the worst, but he's not really going to develop throughout the year. I'd rather go with a good tight end. Andrew Vick might be one. He looks crazy. He's not the fastest in the world, but 4.7 isn't the worst. He ran a 4.65 at his pro day, so that's definitely better. His ratings are disgusting. His short route isn't that good, but everything else is. He's a low injury player. He's 6'4", 254, 22 years old, out of Stanford. Unless the top guy, Nolan Core, looks better, I would guess he's probably really fast. He isn't much faster. He does look really good though, but I kind of think Vic is better, especially because he is a good blocker. So let's take him. And he does have hidden dev. 83 speed is definitely serviceable. We'll say that. Really good Excel too. Good strength. I like the pick a lot. I like the pick of Vic. I'm hilarious. And now we really don't need much else. Let's look for a defensive tackle though. This guy looks good. Zach McKee. Ooh. Yeah, he looks really good. A, play rec, power moves in pursuit. B, awareness, block, shed, finesse moves, impact block. His tackle isn't very good, but that's fine. Good combine. He's not like the strongest or fastest in the world, but he is fast and strong. Really good vertical jump, elite jumping. So very good athlete. He's 6'4", 298, 21 years old, also out of Stanford. So we're going back-to-back Stanford players. Let's take him. Damn. Okay. Unfortunately, normal dev for him, but still could be a good overall. We'll see. Also, wait, that guy's last name was McKee. That implies that he could have been there at the same second time as Tanner McKee. It would have been a little confusing. Well, I guess they would have been on different sides of the ball, but still. It's not exactly the most common last name, and they both played at Stanford. Oh, we don't need any more tight end, but hold up. Quincy Burt. We might go with a more important position first, but there's some fucking good tight ends in this class. I do probably want another lineman just to say we have one, just in case. That guy looked good, but he wasn't that strong. I feel like, was there like a big franchise update? Because I feel like it's harder to find like mid-round actually good linemen now. Maybe there was some update. I don't know. I don't keep up with the updates of this game I'm gonna be honest. I've seen like a whole ton of stuff talking about like the franchise updates for next year, but honestly, I know deep down it's gonna be pretty much the same. So I haven't even like heard any of the features. So let me know if there are any exciting features. I mean, I'm gonna get the game regardless because I mean, I get paid to do it, but still. Yeah, none of the linemen look all that good here. So they must have done something, or it's just unlucky, which is probably the case. Jonathan Samuel looked okay though. Yeah, he's a good pass blocker. He might be an okay run blocker, but probably not. He has good awareness. Fuck it. He looks like a good lineman. He'll be a decent backup. Let's take him. 83 strength. Gross. But he's wearing number 69, so nice. We'll take it. And I'm just gonna simulate the rest of the draft out. I don't care. Okay, so here's a recap of the draft. Our first two picks were pretty good. Andrew Vick is a 76 overall. That's about what I thought he would be. I thought he would be a 75, so this is even better. We'll take it. His short route is really bad though, which is confusing because he's not like the fastest in the world. I feel like he would be like more of a check down option, or maybe like a Hunter Henry type, like current Hunter Henry, not like prime Hunter Henry. But he does have decent medium route running, really good catching and spec cat, really good excel too, so I guess that kind of makes sense, just not very fast. Looks like a really good player. Hopefully he does have a good dev trait. It'll probably just be star, but he does look good. And then Zach McKee is a pretty good player, 73 overall, good strength, really good power moves for a defense tackle, good speed too. No dev trait unfortunately, but it is fun to take back-to-back Stanford players, one of them having the name of a Stanford rookie quarterback in real life. Jonathan Samuel sucks. We're not even going to look at him. And the CPU took a tight end with the last name Cheeks, and it looks like he is definitely pretty cheap. I mean, out of all the good linemen, you take a 60, or all the good tight ends, not linemen, you take a 66 overall. I mean, it looked like there were multiple really good ones there. But either way, decent little draft. We got at least one starter, so we'll take it. But here's a look at the team heading into the third and final year of the rebuild. DeAndre Hopkins is up to a superstar dev now, so we'll definitely take that. Hopefully Sam Howell can hit like a pure 80 overall by the end of this year. We'll see. He's been decent though, for sure. This last year he wasn't great, but the first year he was pretty good. We have the rookie Andrew Vick at tight end, obviously. Hopefully he can do pretty well in his rookie year. And other than that, the offense in general is just solid. Hopefully the line can be a little better this year though. We'll see. And then on defense, we obviously added Zach McKee. We are going to start him just for fun. I mean, I don't even think he'll play much in general, but we'll get him as like the number 2 rush defensive tackle. I mean, we literally have had probably 1 sack at the most from a player other than Will Anderson, Aaron Donald, or Rashawn Gary. I think TJ Edwards actually had like 4 last year, but still, I mean, on the defensive line at least. So hopefully he can be pretty good. Eric Stokes went up to star dev, which I guess we'll take that. It doesn't really matter too much. Wagner went up to star. Will Anderson went up to X Factor, which they had, him and Rashawn Gary had almost identical seasons. I don't know why they both didn't go up, but fair enough. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot one more thing. I'm obviously recording this and uploading it a day later than I normally do, just because I was busy yesterday, but I obviously let people know like, hey, the video is going to be a day late on like YouTube and like the community posts and on Instagram and shit like that. And I just think it's cool that there are people who were like, well, this is gonna sound fucked up the way I say it, but I think it's cool that there were people that were disappointed. Again, that's a fucked up way to say it, but what I mean is like, it's cool that there are people that are genuinely like invested, that are like, you know, actively wanting to see the videos I upload. That still hasn't like fully clicked in my mind. I don't know why, but like, I don't know, it's just really cool. I like it. I'm glad y'all enjoy me rambling for like an hour straight. I appreciate it. I don't know how that still hasn't really clicked in my mind. I just like can't process it for some reason, but I appreciate it. But anyways, again, way too much rambling. I'm sorry, but with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 3, and hopefully this team can do well. I can't wait to miss the playoffs. I'm gonna scream. Okay, so I don't remember if I said I'll see y'all at the midseason point of year 3 or end of year 3. What I meant is end of year 3. That's what I normally do. So here's a look at the team at the end of year number 3. Y'all know why we're on this screen. Again, for like the millionth time, I'm sorry. But if you haven't already, what the fuck fuck are you doing? Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. It really helps out a ton. I mean, I literally have like a 50% not subscribed watch rate, which is absurd because like I plug so much. So like people still, you know, aren't subscribing, but they're still enjoying the videos. So I'm like, what are you doing? That's why I plug so much. So be sure to do it, and be sure to like the video too. 900 likes, 7,500 subs, all that good stuff. Do it or I'll show up at your house at the like 12:30 in the morning. Maybe you would want that though. I don't know. Never mind. I won't do that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Here's a look at the team at the end of year number 3. We are looking very nice. Vic does only have star dev like I expected. Sam Howell did get up to exactly an 80 overall like I expected, up to an 82 now with morale. And then here's a look at the defense. I don't think we had any hidden devs on defense, not that I can remember at least. So yeah, pretty good team. And in year number 3, we finished 11-6, making the playoffs in back-to-back-to-back season. And actually, I would not recommend the Cleveland Browns offense. We were like 25th in offensive points per game. And then I switched to the Panthers offensive playbook, which I would suggest. And now we are 6th. So hell of a comeback for our offense. Speaking of hell of a comeback, Sam Howell was really good. He had like 12 passing touchdowns and like 7 picks at the midseason. He was really good this year though. Finished the second half very strong. 4,800 yards, 41 touchdowns, 17 picks is still a lot, but we'll live with it because the rest of his stats were really good. Joe Mixon, almost 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. His yards per carry haven't been very good, but I mean 4.7 is pretty good, but it's not anything crazy. D-Hop, 1 yard away from 1,400 with 16 touchdowns, 1,100 yards for Judy, only 4 touchdowns though. Burks with 800 yards, Vic with 770 as a rookie. Blocking, the tackles were once again really bad, but Osiris Torrent joins the all castration team, which by the way, I know it's deep in the video, so some people may not still be watching, but a lot of people ask me what my custom rosters are. They're ones that I threw together myself. I shouldn't say threw together. I've literally spent so much goddamn time on this roster. Please help. They're PC only, unfortunately, but it's called, I think, Brandon New. My tag or whatever is Brandon823021. I don't even know if it shows your tag when you're downloading rosters. I think it does though. But yeah, I think they're called Brandon New. PC only, unfortunately, but I'm proud of them. I like them. I don't get too many complaints about them either. I thought I would because there are some players that I have a lot lower than the actual Madden rosters, and I thought fans of those teams would get really pissed at me, but no. Also, it doesn't even have that many downloads because anytime I like go to download it or go to upload a new one, it deletes the old one. So every time it restarts with like less than 100 downloads, I'm like, okay, fair enough, whatever. So yeah, it doesn't have many because it deletes itself for whatever reason, but yeah, it's called like Brandon New, I think. I should know, but I don't. But on defense, TJ Edwards leads the team with 108 tackles, Simmons with 105 tackles for loss, 21 for Aaron Donald once again, Gary with 19, Anderson with 17, McKee with 14 as a rookie, 12 for Simmons, shit ton of tackles for loss, and then sack, 22.5 for Aaron Donald, I guess tying the record, although somebody probably got like 30 in this franchise, if I had to guess. 17 for Will Anderson, he's a monster in my roster. Rashawn Gary with 9.5, and yeah, still nothing outside of that really. Interceptions, 4 for Isaiah Simmons, 3 for Gardner Johnson and Stokes, and then 1 for a few players. So definitely a good year 3 stats-wise. CJ Stroud wins MVP again. Bryce Young on the Seahawks. This is a weird list in general. Where's like Patrick Mahomes? Where's Joe Burrow? Where is Lamar Jackson? Where is Justin Herbert? Like, where are the actual top QB? I mean, the only top QB we have up here is Geno Smith, you know what I'm saying? No, but he's genuinely really good. I don't know why people hate on him so much. Joe Mixon is number 2 for Offensive Player of the Year. Wish he could have won it. D-Hop at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to Aaron Donald. Will Anderson at 3. No other Browns. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Eli Duvall of the Patriots. Vic at number 2. It wouldn't have mattered. We're not going to get the XP for it anyways. It happens after the year. Zach McKee at number 4 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So definitely a pretty solid season, but we're going to be taking on and probably losing to the Buffalo Bills in the wild card. I didn't mean to click depth chart. Out of curiosity, who do they have on their team? Chris Jones, I saw him. Trent Williams. He normally retires after year 1, at least for me. Well, apparently they got lucky. Debo, Nick Bolton, Antonio Gibson, Braden Smith. This isn't a crazy team. It's pretty good. Who's there? Oh, they have Trey Lance. Interesting. George Karlaftis, some receiver with superstar dev named Spencer Hatch. It might be the whitest name I've ever heard. But without further ado, let's jump in against the Bills. Let's simulate it out and let's see if we can get the win. Oh, we have the Jalen Ramsey meat pick. Don't look down. Maybe that's good luck. I don't know. It's either good luck or a curse. We'll find out. But here we go in the wild card against the Bills. Also, this might be a really controversial opinion because I just saw it in the middle of the field here. I actually think their little like goofy elf logo is fucking sick. I really like it. Maybe that's just me. I think it's so cool. I mean, it's not like tough or anything, obviously, but that's not the point of it. I just think it's really cool and like old looking. I don't know. I feel like the only person that really like, I'm not saying they should make it their main logo. That would be a terrible idea, but it's a really cool secondary logo. I'm a big fan. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump to the end of the game and let's see if we can get a win. The Bills go up early 7-0. We tie it at 7 though. They get a touchdown to make it 14-7, but we tie it at 14. We take the lead 21-14 in the third quarter. I think that happened. We're up 28-14. The Bills do get a touchdown to bring it within one score, but we get a touchdown to make it 35-21. They get a touchdown to bring it within a score again, but we score. We're up 45-28, and that's going to be the final score. This offense is amazing now. Again, I highly recommend the Panthers offense. A lot better than the Browns. Sam Howell, cursed completion percentage, but 4 touchdowns, we will take it. Good shit from Mr. Sam Howell. But in the divisional, we're going to be taking on the 11-6 New York Jets. Patrick Mahomes was not good. Is their offensive playbook like really bad? 29 touchdowns, 11 picks. I mean, normally passing numbers are really inflated here, but that's nowhere near how good he is even in real life, obviously. So I don't know. I'll probably stay away from the Jets offense, apparently. Their defense is probably pretty good though. Yeah, they were 8 in points per game for defense. We were definitely better though. Also, this is like one of the lowest overall teams I've ever had. We're only an 85 overall in year 3, but we're still doing pretty well. We're just a really well-rounded team, I would say. We don't really have, well, I guess we do have holes. Our tackles aren't very good. You know, I'm surprised we've gotten this far, honestly. I'm surprised we're here. This team isn't that great. But anyways, we will go be confident for the hot opponent scenario. Shout out Bobby Schmerda. Plus 10 like everything to both teams, of course. And with that, I guess there isn't much else to do. I guess we can look at their roster if I care enough to do this. Do y'all care? I mean, it's not like you can answer me while I'm doing this, but like, let's look at their team. They of course have Patrick Mahomes, Chris Godwin, AJ Terrell, Kenneth. Oh yeah, wait, we saw they had Kenneth Walker, Trey Hendrickson, Justin Tucker, Montez Sweat. This is a good team. This is only an 83 overall. How? Well, they don't really have a good right tackle, but still, this team looks a lot better than an 83. They really didn't have any players starting lower than an 83, at least not many. But let's jump in against the Jets, and let's see if we can somehow take down Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. But here we go in the divisional, another home game for us. This has been a successful rebuild so far. I mean, it's not like we've won a Super Bowl, but Super Bowls are hard to win even if you have like the best roster. That's just kind of how Madden Sim is for whatever reason. But I mean, we've had back-to-back seasons over 10 wins, or at least at 10 wins. So I would say we've done pretty well. We've done better than the Browns have been able to do, so I think we've fixed the team pretty well. And it's probably only going to get better from here. I mean, Sam Howell's still only, what, 23 years old, already up to an 80-82 with morale. Still have young players like Jerry Jeudy. I should probably talk about this later while we're not just sitting on this screen, but let's simulate the game out and let's see if we can get a win. So we go up early 7-0, now 14-0. The Jets do finally score. It's only a field goal. They get another one though, and they get a touchdown to bring it within 1 point in the second quarter. Heading into half, we do have the lead by 1, 14-13, and apparently nobody else wants to score. Okay, we score as I say that. We're up 21-13, and they get a safety? What? How did they get a safety? But we win 21-15. It looked like they were driving, and then they scored 2. I am confused, but fair enough. Wait, no, I want to see what happened, or what happened. Score summary, team safe. Why did we take a safe? Who, what? Was it on like a kickoff? Montez Sweat got it apparently. It was probably a sack. So did they like punt it to us while they were in almost the red zone? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't care. Get me out of here. I don't know what happened. But like I was saying, this team still has some really young players. Like, it's not a great roster yet, but like Sam Howell, Jerry Jeudy, Vic, the tight end, our almost entire offensive line is really young. Traylon Burks. Edwards is still relatively young. Simmons is young. Winfield is young. Stokes, Goddard. Even Gary's still pretty young. Will Anderson is still young. Like, this team, if we were to keep going, we would probably have a hell of a team on our hands. It's just obviously like, you know, I gotta get the video out at a decent time, so I can't go forever. It's almost 5. I have to have this video out by 10, so cutting it a little close, but we'll see what happens. But we have a recap for the hot opponent. Let's go 3 exclamation points. Shut up. I don't know why that pisses me off, but just that, I don't know. It makes me mad. We get 2,500 XP for the entire team. We'll take it, but like, shut up, dude. All right, well, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the conference championship. It's going to be the 10-7 Indianapolis Colts. Weren't they here last year? Is that who took us out? Or I can't remember. I know they had Andrew Luck. Or not Andrew Luck, Carson Wentz. So he might still be their quarterback unless they replaced him. I doubt he developed too much, so they probably replaced. But yeah, they have Will Levis now. That's a lot better. No, Will Levis could be really good. Wow, that's a quarterback room. I will say that. Will Levis, Carson Wentz, Zach Wilson, and Gardner Minshew. What? They got a white boy summer in their quarterback room, that's for sure. But with that, let's jump in against the Colts and let's see if we can beat them. If I can beat them, am I gonna take down the Colts one-on-one? Maybe. I might try. Hey, let's go. The last video hit 500 likes. All right, bet. We're gonna have a special video soon then, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. That's such a weird saying, by the way. Like, who gotta peel their eyes open? I think you need to go to the doctor. But anyways, am I okay? We'll jump to the end of the game. Hopefully we can get a win. We go up early 3-0, make that 6-0. Wish we could have gotten touchdowns there because they take the lead 7-6. We get a touchdown to make it 13-7. We're gonna lose by 1 point, aren't? That's gonna be how this ends. But we're up 23-7. We're smoking them here. They get a touchdown and they bring it within what, 8 points, but we get a touchdown or a field goal to make it 26-15. That's got to be some kind of scoreagami. That's a weird score, but we'll take a win. Not the greatest day from our offense, but 26 points still pretty good. We'll take. It said we had upgrades and then I clicked it and it just disappeared. That was cool. Thanks, EA. Oh god, dude. We got to take on the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Isn't that going to be a home game for them? I think it is. We got to see, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a home game for the Cowboys. Oh god. Most of the time their playbooks suck too. How are they here? They have Myles Garrett. Well, I guess they have a former Brown then. Yeah, they have Myles Garrett, Jonathan Taylor, but after that there's a fall off. But still, Keenan Allen, Jamal Adams, Tremaine Edmonds, Trent McDuffie, Trey Smith, a lot of T names. Eddie Jackson. For some reason I could see him on the Cowboys. I don't know why. Jake Matthews, Desmond King, Heno Smith. They get a better Ferguson tight end apparently. This is a pretty decent team. They have a receiver at a 79 overall with X Factor, so he'll probably be a monster in the near future. 69 deep route, nice. That's a pretty good team, especially because they have the GOAT at the quarterback position. But we have a Super Bowl Media Day scenario. Let's go. I mean, this is everything. If we don't win, we don't win a Super Bowl. So 10 staff points, we'll take that. We're not even going to spend them because I don't know how to. Let's jump in here against the Cowboys and let's see if we can take them down. Okay, of course it's a home game for the Cowboys. I want to die. Of any team, we had to take on the Cowboys, really. It couldn't have been like, what's a team that's far away? Like Seattle or something, or like, I guess New England is pretty far away, although I wouldn't like to take on New England in the Super Bowl. But anyways, let's jump to the end of the game and let's see if we can get a win. No scoring in the first quarter, but we do finally score to make it 7-0. They get a touchdown but miss the extra point to make it 7-6. We get a touchdown to make it 14, now 17-6. The Cowboys aren't doing much on offense. As I say that, they were driving, but they didn't score. We get a touchdown to make it now 31-6. They get a touchdown to make it 31-13, and we finish the Super Bowl. No, we finish the rebuild with a Super Bowl win. The Cowboys are wearing like one of my favorite uniforms in the NFL. I fucking love those things, but we get a win against Dallas to give the Browns their first ever Super Bowl win. Isn't that Jake Ferguson's number 2? Maybe it's not. They just cloned Jake Ferguson because we took him. What? Super Bowl MVP is Eno Benjamin? That's not what I expected. But he had 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay. That's like some Malcolm Smith type shit. We'll take it. But how? We have all of our best players up there holding the Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi. Seeing Bobby Wagner in a Browns jersey low-key pains me, but it is what it is. But of course, that's gonna be the end for today's rebuild. Sam Howell was really not that good. Eno Benjamin he had a 50-yard run, probably for a touchdown. He was pretty good. Not much receiving. Will Anderson, he should have been Super Bowl MVP. 3-sack, tackle for loss. I would have given it to him, but Eno Benjamin was good too. Pick from Isaiah Simmons. But like I said, that's going to be the end for today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. But again, big thank you for all the support lately. I know it's such a generic thing to say, but I really do appreciate it. Again, subscribe if you want to be an OG or whatever. We're getting closer and closer to 10K, which is going to be really cool when we hit it. I'm glad y'all have been enjoying these videos so much. And again, 900 likes and I'll do another one of these and maybe another special video. I mean, like I said, I have a lot planned for the near future, so keep your eyes peeled. Probably sometime next week I'll get it out. It's going to take a minute to set up, but I'll get it. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video on Sunday. Goodbye.